Hello, and welcome to this question and answer follow-up session. All of the questions here came from a live event I did on Confluence Cloud Premium Week. Check out the link somewhere up here. Here, I'm going to review every question that was asked so you get some answers. That said, if you have extra questions, please drop them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Let's jump in and see what the questions are. The first is, if we add a Jira ticket to a whiteboard, will the links on that ticket be displayed on the whiteboard? Unfortunately not. Here I have a whiteboard with 2 Jira tickets on it. If I go to one of these tickets, I can see there is no link yet. So I'm going to add a link to the other issue. And I can see I'm blocked by that issue. Going back to my whiteboard, however, shows there are no links. Now if I remove these and add them again, I can see that there is no link between them. So currently the integration isn't going to pull in links between tickets. This question came from the new feature that's going to come out soon where you can link issues just by connecting them here. So I can add a deployed by link, for example. And now if I go back to these issues and refresh, I can see that that new link has been added. So I can add new links within the whiteboard, and this is a new beta feature that isn't quite released yet, but I can't have it pull in existing links from Jira today. My next question is, does a page created from a whiteboard link to the whiteboard? This is a new feature that is allowing me to summarize an entire whiteboard using Atlassian intelligence. Here I can see a quick summary, and I can click this Create Page button. Now the question was, will the whiteboard be connected to this page? And I can clearly see at the bottom where it was generated from. This gives my team immediate context to where this summary originated. And of course I can configure this to make it a preview, or I can shrink it back down to a single line if I need to. Can issue types or projects be represented on whiteboards? No. Unfortunately, the current integration for the whiteboard will only pull in individual tickets. So if I go back to my test whiteboard and I click search within Jira, I can see tickets and issues that are in here. I can't pull in and represent through this integration an entire project. Now what I could do is add a shape to represent the project. However, this wouldn't link back to Jira and tell Jira that this is the project itself. The same is true for groups of issue types. I might create a space on this page and then put all the issue types that fall into it. However, that won't do anything in Jira. It's just visually grouping them for me to make it easier to see what's going on. Can guest users see whiteboards? Yes. If you have guest access turned on, they should be able to see the whiteboards in the space that they have access to. Can Jira tickets on a whiteboard show story points? Going back to our example whiteboard, if I click on one of these issues, I can change the display. So I could actually embed the entire issue. This will look similar to if I open it up in Jira. So if I have story points on this ticket, I could see it here. However, if I shrink this back down to the size it was before, I currently can't customize what shows up here. I get the priority and I get the status that I can modify, but I can't add the number of story points to this. Can whiteboard show a parent-child relationship? No. What this question is asking is if I add an issue here and I add its children, will that automatically display some kind of relationship between them? So if I open up this ticket, D115, I can see it has a whole lot of children. But if I go and add one of its children, maybe just by copying its URL, and I paste it in, we can see it isn't automatically connected to the parent. Now what I could do is visually connect them with these connectors. However, it's not going to display the link parent-child because it can't do that yet, and it's not going to automatically display that when I pull them in. This is another feature that'll come out soon, but I can create a section, which is this icon here. I typically use these for visually grouping information, and I might give it an action, like change the assignee to a specific individual. In this case, I'll pick on Alexander. Now, anytime a ticket is dropped into it, Jira will update the assignee to be whoever I've configured in this action. And here we can see that Alexander is now the assignee. I could do this to very easily reassign tickets, change priorities, and update other information visually from my whiteboard. To me, this is going to make things like stand-ups a lot easier because we can just click and drag and drop where we want the update to go. Can we change the color of a Jira ticket in a whiteboard based on a field? We cannot. Basically, this question is asking is if this ticket is in the critical priority, make it bright red. Unfortunately, we can't change the background color of tickets at this point. We do see the priority in one or two other fields here, and we could use something like smart sections or just general sections to do this. However, the ticket itself is not going to change color or really get modified in many ways. Can we put blogs underneath the company hub? The company hub is a relatively new feature, and if I go to it, it always lives in the top here. So it makes it very easy to direct people to information. It looks and feels exactly like a page because that's essentially what it is. However, it doesn't have many of the other features of a space beyond the ability to host information. So I can't post a blog directly to this. What I can do, however, is use the blog stream macro to pull in blogs from other places. So if I edit my company hub and scroll way down to the bottom, I can edit this to pull in blogs from particular spaces with particular labels or particular authors. For example, I might pull in blog posts from the HR team that are labeled all employees to pull in information that they will find useful. So while I can't do it natively under the company hub, I can pull them in because it's a page and behaves like any other page we have. So there you have it, all the questions I was able to pull out of my training on Premium Week for team users. If you like this, please like it and subscribe and drop a comment with your questions about premium features. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for learning with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here again soon.